Hey, welcome to the Dollar Compass Academy. Today I'm going to share with you 3 ways to improve your family wellness. It is difficult to achieve optimal health without improving your family wellness. Why? Even if you take all the steps you need to take to improve your health and improve more consistently, but lack peace and harmony at home, your good health will not last for long. Why? Well, because there will always be some disruptions. There will be something that is going to disrupt that optimal health because it's just all about you. It's not inclusive and it doesn't involve other people that are important in your life that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. No one is an island. We know that, right? Disruptive interactions at home will lead to stress and health problems. But there is a solution. Here are 3 ways you can improve your family wellness. Okay, I'm just going to share with you 3 ways you can improve your family wellness. There are many more, but let's start with these 3. One of the ways to improve family wellness is to manage family stress better. Every family deals with stress. Some people are going to admit to it and some will not. Some people will tell you, hey, everything is wonderful at home, everything is great, we have no problems. But in reality, stress is common to every household, rich or poor. Everyone has to deal with stress. So family stress is the imbalance between the demands on a family and the family's ability to meet those demands or to cope with them. This is just a simple definition or a simple way you can look at it and you can relate to it. When the demands of daily interactions of life, on the environment is much more than you can cope with, you get an imbalance. And you start having worries, you start having, anxiety, stress kicks in. You're physiologically, you're trying to figure out how do you deal with this demand that is getting to the point of becoming overwhelming. So what are the means and ways you can use to cope with family stress? One thing you can do is to develop family routines in the house. As an example, you can have a set time for going to bed. So when that time comes, not when the time comes, you tell your kids, hey, you have to go to bed, right? You build it in, you start early, and after some point, everyone it becomes an expectation. If it becomes a routine, then people just know they need to wind down at a certain time and go to bed. If it doesn't, you're going to run into stress because you're going to run into the challenge of trying to do things that you need to do and discovering that the kids haven't gone to bed or there is some commotion or something else going on, and it just doesn't allow you to get other things done. So demand you're placing on yourself is going to be more than what you can cope with, and your body's going to react to it. It's going to affect your health. It's going to affect your concentration. It's going to affect your productivity. Stress gets to us in so many different ways. If you're still having trouble managing stress, hey, you have a solution. It's my stress management made easy training, that you can get. You know what? I'll put a link to that on this, in the description of this, if you're getting this from YouTube, and if you're just getting it in my blog, I can direct you on how to get it. Or you know what? Hey, leave a comment. But you have to deal with family stress, and one of the ways is having a routine. It's going to help you deal with that. And it's not something you can do just by yourself. You have to look at it as a family. You have to set time, agree to it. You can agree with your wife, or the husband can agree with, vice versa, or with the spouse on the consequences. Like if someone doesn't do it, what happens? If there are no consequences, it's probably no one's gonna listen to you. They're not gonna do it. The same thing with setting, deadlines, or not necessarily deadlines, but setting routines for house chores or for doing homework. When there is an agreement within the family and people follow through, stress is reduced and wellness is enhanced. This facilitates optimal health for everyone. So dealing with family stress is important. I just give one example of a source of family stress, which is getting family routines, things like homework, sleep, and them doing chores. Another one is, finances, right? I'm not going to go into that today, but it's something to remember. The second way to improve family wellness is to make sure you have adequate daily sleep in the family. Yes, this is just building up on the first one. You have to have adequate sleep. This means that you have to make sure that you sleep well and also make sure that other family members sleep well. If you don't do it, it's going to be a problem, because one of the backbones of optimal health is adequate sleep. Recommended is 8 hours, but minimum is 6. You have to get that in there. If not, it's going to be a problem. It just makes it difficult for you to function the next day, and it makes it difficult for you to concentrate and to do the things you need to do, And then you have to know your body, right? You have to know your body and realize that you do need to get the sleep. It just makes you feel fresh, ready to tackle, make less mistakes, be less snappy, less anxious, well rested. But remember, even if one person in the family is not sleeping well, he or she is going to demand more from other members, and very soon you see other people not quite getting their night's sleep because no one is an island. Watching TV, drinking, eating late, these are the factors that can affect, when you go to bed. But again, one relatively easy to manage solution is when it comes to making sure that you sleep well and on time. You know what? Turn off the television, turn off the devices, okay? And go to bed. The third way to improve family wellness is to have regular family meetings. Yes, family meetings. This will give you an opportunity to share your thoughts with your spouse, with the kids, with other family members, just to know maybe someone is looking at things different from the way you're looking at it. And you didn't realize that. Or just it helps you to cross-pollinate perspectives, right? Because we're all one family, but we have different perspectives. We have different personalities, and our genetic makeup is close, but there's still some differences. So based on that, people are going to look at things with, different perspective, and that could be a problem. But if we're having discussions, then you would have context. You will know where one person is coming from. And for the kids, maybe they assume certain things can be done. They don't realize it can't be done. It's not just family. Parents are deciding not to do it. It's just maybe at this point in time they can't do it, or they have other things they need to do different from what you wanted them to do at this point in time. So it's something, if you have family meetings, you just open up communication. And that helps to reduce tension, and that helps to improve, optimal health. So that's the third way, right? It's meeting, and one thing, when your kids learn to talk in a family setting and say their mind without fear or favor, what happens? It helps to build up their the self-confidence, And once you do this, hey, it becomes part of self-mastery and relentless improvement and optimal health. Well, thank you. That's what I want to share with you today. And please subscribe to my channel so you will know, you get notified anytime I have something to share in this our journey of self-mastery and improvement, optimal health, of course, self-mastery and improvement. It's part of the Dollar Compass Academy. And like I said, I'm also going to put in the description access to the Stress Management Made Easy training program. That's an easy program that can help you understand, typically what leads to stress for you, and help you build up a structure or a plan that is specific to you, that you can use, that you can apply regularly and relentlessly, so that you can also overcome that. Thank you. I'll see you next time.